Hello everybody, good morning. Happy Saturday, at least it's Saturday around here. And you are back in my china cabinet, next to the Santa Claus napkin ring. Merry Christmas. But it is Saturday, as I already stated, and I thought I would do a little weekend vlogging with you. It should be a fun weekend. We'll see, fingers crossed. I mean, we're gonna make it a fun weekend if we possibly can. It is a rainy, gloomy Saturday morning. Brick is supposed to play baseball. His games have already been pushed back, but the rain is supposed to be moving out in the next few hours. My parents are coming into town. Daniel's preaching tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, we'll just see what we can do. I just posted a video this morning. I was behind. I was supposed to post this video yesterday and I pushed it back to today. I normally don't post videos on Saturday morning. This was a meal plan and grocery haul, and it was just a little bit different than I normally would do those. I kind of took you through my meal planning process and then I showed what I purchased at the store. And it was kind of funny because I did this because I'm talking about how meal planning saves money, and then I probably picked up like some extra items at the grocery store because I was tired and hungry when I went shopping, but happens to all of us, am I right? And I also forgot to mention in that video that obviously sometimes what we're eating and what I'm planning has to do with what I'm filming for the week, because sometimes I will film dinner videos and what we will eat will revolve around that. But anyway, I got that going, got that done. I've done my devotional, sipping on my coffee, and I'm gonna try to spring into action and do a little housework. We're in decent shape, but I have just a few things I wanna do before my parents come into town. I like for the house to be tidy for them so they can just relax and enjoy time with us and with our grandkids. And then we'll see what kind of fun, what kind of trouble we can get in this weekend. I am so excited to be walking into Walmart on a Saturday, said no one ever. But it's only 9 o'clock, so hopefully I'm kind of beating the crowd here. Now I am whipping up a Nothing Bundt Cakes copycat cake. My dad's birthday was last week, and since they're coming today, I thought that we would have a little birthday cake, and my dad's favorite kind of cake is the same as mine, chocolate cake with white icing. But to make the cake, it is just a cake mix. I have a chocolate cake mix here from Aldi, 4 eggs, half a cup of milk, half a cup of oil, 1 cup of sour cream, and 1 box of instant pudding mix. I'm using chocolate. I will throw all of that into my mixer, and then at the end I will fold in half a cup of mini chocolate chips. Kenna's the first one to dig into the biscuits. Oh, you found the blueberry muffins too. I really got those for tomorrow. Grammy and Grandpa, but they're probably not gonna make it to tomorrow. Here we go. Hold on, the pan is hot. Yummy. All right, I'm all cleaned up now. Do I look like a baseball mom, y'all? I feel like I do. I've got the hat, I got the sweatshirt. We're ready to go play some ball, but it's not time yet because our games have been postponed. So I guess I'm actually gonna get to have some lunch, and I need to frost this cake. Okay, so here's my bundt cake. It came out of my pan very easily. It smells and looks great. And now I'm just going to put some icing on it or some frosting. And all I have done is taken a container of frosting like this I think the store-bought one at Walmart is like $1 and some change, maybe $1.18. And I put it into a Ziploc bag and then I cut the tip off. And normally this kind of icing isn't good for piping because it's too thick. But we actually, I mean, because it's not thick enough, it's a little too thin, but we actually kind of want it to sort of fall down the cake a little bit on this kind of cake. So I think it's actually just the right consistency. Okay, so my piping skills need a little bit of work. I know it's not as pretty as a nothing bundt cake, but obviously we're really just looking for the taste of it here. I should have taken it down a little bit farther whenever I was piping it, but from the top it looks pretty nice. So we're gonna enjoy that later and I'll let you know how it tastes because that's really what we're concerned the most with here.
First day of spring, and I just wanna sing to everything that's moving, every single little thing. To them birds flying free, fish in the sea, flowers and trees, every little bumblebee. I wanna sing, ooh,
Just heading into the ballpark. It has turned into a fabulous spring day. It is like 65 degrees. Sun is shining. Brick, we're gonna have a good day?
Yeah.
You ready to play some ball? You excited? All right, here we go.
got my shoes in my hand and my feet in the sand. I got 20 ducklings in a row like a little marching band, and they sing, ooh, ah, ooh.
We are heading out from the ballpark. We won one, we lost one, or we lost one and then we won one. Brick, you had a really good hit there that first game. You smoked that ball. And you had another really nice line drive hit. We just got bad luck. We got thrown out at first base because it went right to the right fielder. He threw you out. You had some good put outs, right? Picked the ball up, you threw it well. It's a fair day, I'd say.
Just wanna say,
This is the night that we planned to bring dinner in. My parents are here. We just got home from the ballpark, and I'm glad that I chose this night because our games got delayed. So we picked up pizza from Andolini's. This is a Tulsa area restaurant. They have 2 locations. So these are like gigantic pizzas. I'm gonna have to probably slice the slices up for the kids because they're huge. So we got one. What did you get? You got one pepperoni. What's the other one? It's like a chicken.
Yeah, it's
something.
I don't remember what it's called, but it's got chicken on it.
Lift the thing for me so we can see it. Chicken
And smoked mozzarella.
Ooh, that looks yummy too. Yummy.
It's
We
made
only
from
have
milk.
one candle. It's a 1 for my dad. So he's the one and only. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Happy birthday to you. Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday. I am just walking into the church. My husband is preaching today. If I get this video up before they take it down, I'll try to leave a link in the description box to the service if you wanted to go and hear him preach. He's a good preacher. He only preaches a few times a year. That's not his primary, obligation at the church. He is the executive pastor, and actually a lot of what he does is sort of like the business side, administrating the business of running the church, which I've mentioned before, but through the lens of a pastor, like through from the perspective of a pastor, from a pastoral perspective, which is a little different than it would be if you were running a business. But anyway, it's an easy day for me because I just have to sing in the choir in one service, And then Brick has baseball. We got unlucky. Everybody in our pool lost one game. So then they go by run differentiation, and we basically got the short end of the stick there. So even though we won one of our games yesterday, we still ended up last in our pool, which means we have to play first in the other pool. So I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but I don't have high hopes that we're going to last very long in bracket play today. We'll probably just have one game. But it doesn't start until after church, which is great. I'm sure a lot of people would be surprised that we do this, like that we play sports on Sundays. And we do the best we can to navigate it. We don't want our kids to grow up with any reasons to resent the church. It's hard enough to be a PK. It's hard enough to be a pastor's kid, I think, and to have people's eyes on you. But, we're trying to still do some of the things that kids get to do, but we make a way to come to worship at some point in time during the week. So like Brick is here in his ball uniform today. There's nothing wrong with that. We want the other families in our church to see that, hey, we're in this season too. We're navigating it. We're making it work. You can bring your kids in their uniform. That's fine. They can go to Sunday school in their uniform. They can come to church in their uniform, at least here, so that people can see, we're just like you. We're a family trying to make it work. We're nothing special just because we happen to be on staff here. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. And I know a lot of you sometimes will ask me, like, if I can show some footage of us singing or of me singing. I'm working on trying to figure something like that out. There are copyright issues with me putting that into my videos, even though this channel isn't monetized yet. I have to be careful about that. But I will leave a link to, we have a YouTube channel, and usually they keep our services up for a few days afterwards. So I'll try to leave a link to the traditional service. You can kind of peruse through and see and hear what the choir and orchestra are doing. And if you wanted something to listen to, my husband usually preaches a pretty great sermon, so you can check it out. Well, we lost our bracket game. I kind of thought that we would, but we hung with that team. And the last time they run rolled us, and we just couldn't get anything going, especially in the bottom of our lineup. And Brick struck out 3 times. He was very frustrated. And he was the very, very last batter of the game. So he struck out and the game was over. And so he was really frustrated, and he didn't have a good last at bat because he was frustrated, and it just breaks my heart. He is so hard on himself, and he's so competitive that if he doesn't get it, he just even when he was a baby, if he was playing with a toy and he couldn't get all the blocks to go in it just the right way, he would throw a little tantrum and walk away. So I don't know, maybe baseball's not going to be the sport for us because it's very hard. It's hard to learn. And at this age, the kids are all over the map with abilities. So I don't know. I just feel so bad for him. He was very upset. But oh well, it's just a baseball game. And he'll have a chance to play a few more next weekend. But now we're just going to try to enjoy the rest of our Sunday. Since we're home early now, we don't have anything this evening. And this week is gonna be really busy, really, really busy even for us. So we're just gonna try to take these last few hours of the weekend and just kind of all right, Brick. Oh! That was way too far. Try again. Oh, good one. Oh man, that was good. We are just sitting out here on the patio enjoying a beautiful spring evening. I probably should be inside. I can already feel my nose start to get congested and my eyes get itchy and stuff. I am trying to decide if I'm going to post this video that I filmed on Thursday. It was yeah, Daniel says I should do it. This chatty video where I talk about what being frugal means to me. I talk about use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. But I specifically framed it from the perspective of, I sometimes get comments along the lines of, you obviously have money, so why are you making budget videos? And talking about how just because you have money doesn't mean you shouldn't have a budget. It doesn't mean that you should be mindful and intentional with your spending, if for no other reason than that you should take the opportunity to be generous, because to whom much is given, much is expected. But I'm just not sure if I really want to it's probably going to make some waves. And I even touch on just a little bit that people, they don't know your story. They don't have the whole truth, and that we all, myself included, have to be careful about making assumptions They don't know that in Oklahoma, the cost of living is so low that this is even close to $1 million neighborhood. This isn't even close to $1 million house. I mean, $1 million in Oklahoma will buy you a ranch. Like, you don't have to, you don't have to, this neighborhood is nice and we're happy to be here, but it's nowhere close to, we're less than half that. We're not even close to half of $1 million home. So, I'm just trying to decide if it's going to like ruffle more feathers than it's worth, or if it's a good message that regardless of the income threshold that we're at, we should be mindful and intentional with our spending. I just wanted to show you that the irises bloomed because one of you pointed out a few weeks ago, maybe it was in the Easter vlog, I can't remember, but I had done a vlog and I was talking about the backyard, and one of you said, hey, your irises are about to bloom, and here they are, they bloomed. Look, these are purple. Anybody have irises in their backyard or maybe their front yard? And I know I have mentioned this before, but the koi fish, which came with the house, and we didn't know at the time that koi lived to be like 50. Seriously, they live like 50 years, they can. The koi fish were named by the children when they came to the house, and it is Dot, Spots, Stripes, and Linda. And then my husband introduced these goldfish, and believe it or not, these fish that are like 6 to 8 inches long a piece, those were the tiny little goldfish that you buy like at Walmart in the aquarium section, and they grow to the size of their containers. So we actually introduced those. My husband did. Although I will say that it took 2 times, and sadly some of them the first time through did not survive the filter. So we learned our lesson about trying to keep them out of the filter. And the second batch made it, and they're actually all still here. I think they've been in there 2 years, so they've lasted a long time. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, so sorry I didn't pick up the camera more last night. That happens to me a lot with weekend vlogging. I'll get kind of tired at the end of the weekend and not want to pick up the camera and film, and honestly there wasn't a lot to show you. It was kind of a frustrating game at the ballpark, especially for Brick. I mean, it's not about us, it's about him, and I could see him kind of self-destructing throughout that. He is a child who is very competitive, but unfortunately we haven't figured out how to channel that competitiveness into him focusing on getting better. And when he gets frustrated, it just makes everything worse because he doesn't know how to like calm himself down and channel that frustration into doing better. So, he'll get up there and swing the bat wildly 3 times instead of waiting on the right pitch, and he'll strike out, and then that'll make matters worse, and it just escalates. And I could totally see that happening throughout yesterday's game. And it's so hard, and baseball especially is hard, especially these days, because you've got some kids who are way far ahead and some kids who are right where they should be, but they feel like they're behind because I feel like that sport has just turned into really, really competitive, and kids doing things that at least 30 years ago when I was playing softball, they weren't doing at the age of 7. But anyhow, we came home and it was a really nice evening. I mean, gorgeous spring evening. The kids wanted to play outside. They played with neighbors for a little bit. We played some ladder ball. They wanted me to pitch to them. They wanted to play like wiffle ball in the backyard, so we did that. Husband and I sat out on the patio and just enjoyed the evening, because it's going to be, our weeks are always busy, but this one especially, we were kind of mapping it out and we're like, wow, this one we're going to need some legit rest after this week that's going to happen. So, but anyway, we just kind of relaxed for the rest of the evening, and we're all pretty tired this morning, but we'll get through it. Lots going on this week. And I didn't get to talk more about our church. I get a lot of questions about that now that I show more of that on these vlogs. And yes, we do attend a large church. We do spend a lot of money, like a big chunk of our budget, on missions and programming to help the community. And one of the things that I really like about this church is I feel like they understand something that we don't always get as churches. And that is that sometimes we can't be everything for everybody. Like sometimes we're called to equip other programs that already exist. So if we wanted to address a need in the community, like rent assistance so that families don't become homeless, sometimes, as a church, we might think, oh, we've got to start a program for this, when really a program for that already exists in our community, and we just need to support that program and equip them. And then there are other times whenever the programming is run by our church, and we have a specific program or ministry that addresses a need. But one thing that I do like about where we are is that they do have a heart for missions. They do put their money where their mouth is, and we spend a lot of time, money, manpower trying to be the hands and feet, trying to help, and in very practical, pragmatic ways, you know, not just trying to hit people over the head with a Bible. You know, hungry people need to be fed, homeless people need to be sheltered, sick people need to be healed, you know. So we felt like we could do more than just pray for a vaccine. We opened our church up as a vaccine site. It's that kind of stuff that we're really passionate about, but we'll get more into that as the vlogs go on. But thank you so much for watching and for supporting this channel. It is fun for me to just kind of give you guys a glimpse sort of behind the scenes, what's going on in our lives, and I'll be sure to put up another video very soon.
I wanna say,
Bye.